into every life there will come flowing brilliant, beautiful new beginnings. But also into every life there will come endings, and some of those endings may feel painful and as though you may not have finished, or you're not ready to let go of whatever it is that's needing to leave your life. But today I want to encourage you to let go of that which has served its purpose, because until you let go, you can't welcome in this new, more beautiful experience that's wanting to come into your life. So today, let's learn how to end everything with ease and grace. Welcome everyone, it's Marcia Martin, the Heart Healer, and here with me today to help us explore endings and new beginnings is Archangel Azrael. Archangel Azrael is the color purple, and his name means he who helps God, or whom God helps. We need to understand that no matter what is happening in our life, God is a vital part of that experience. We are never alone. We are never judged to be too awful to receive help. And we can never completely disconnect ourselves from the support and the love of the divine. So let's get used to opening our hearts and welcoming in this helping presence that will allow us to operate as our truest, most fabulous selves. And let's just learn to let go of, to end our relationship with that small self that is unable to see you as you truly are, a magnificent being filled with the light and the love of the heavenly presence. It is time for each one of us to really fully step into recognition of all that we are. And I'm including myself, because this expansion, this growth, this understanding that we are more will continue forever. Because remember, energy cannot be destroyed. It can merely transform. So we go from life to life, from physical life to spiritual life, back to physical life, and then return to spiritual life, growing, expanding, being able to be of greater service to ourselves and to each other. So let's take a look at Archangel Azrael and all that he can assist us with. First of all, he has the primary mission of comforting people prior to their passing from the physical life into the non-physical or the spiritual life. He makes sure there is no suffering. So please erase from your mind, oh, they suffered so before they died or while they were passing. There is no suffering. He helps them assimilate to life on the other side. So it's a little bit of an adjustment to get used to being in a physical body and then being used to being without the physical body. But Archangel Azrael helps with the process. He also is available to surround grieving families so that they receive the healing energy that will help them learn to communicate with the person in their newly acquired form as their spiritual self instead of their physical spiritual self. So Archangel Azrael is there to help every person who is impacted by the transition. He also is called the angel of destruction and renewal. And this is really how we want to speak of him today. We need to look at how we are going to gracefully end that which is no longer working and lovingly embrace that bright new beginning that is poised, waiting for us to acknowledge it. And Archangel Azrael is the energy who can help support us in this way. He lends support to help everyone release anything that is blocking their spiritual growth. He helps end that which isn't working and helps us to move on from that which has no spiritual life left. We need to understand that once something has come to an end, it has no spiritual life left, and clinging to it will not be able to bless you or bring you joy or love or peace. It is instead assisting you in heading into those lower vibrations, that negative area of life where you are separating yourself from the love and the help of God. Archangel Azrael is helping to teach mankind the difference between truth and illusion. Or another way to say that is the difference between the negative or lower vibrations and the positive or higher vibrations. He helps with all transitions, not just the transition from life to life, but all transitions, so that they end with grace and begin with joy. Because if you are holding on to that thing which is no longer working, you may resentfully try to enter something new, and then you bring negativity into this beautiful new beginning, and you've ruined the ending of one and the beginning of another. So it's time to learn how to move gracefully through these transitions that are a part of every life. He helps us to see the lessons that have been learned. Throughout your lives, you're going to experience these different periods, and he's going to help you see with more clarity. Because once you understand why, you can move on more gracefully. Well, why did this end? Or why did this happen? Instead of coming at it with resentment or fear or bitterness, we want to come out everything with an inquisitive nature. We know that everything is here to teach us. And when we come to it with these open hearts, we are able to receive the good from the ending and the beautiful good from the beginning. So when you remain confused, that's when you tend to cling. That's when you believe that nothing better could possibly come along. So you must hold on to this worn out thing that no longer has any life in it. We fear letting go and don't see that what's coming is so much more magnificent than what you're leaving behind. So Archangel Azrael wants to provide loving comfort. So it's easy for you to let go of what's no longer serving your highest good, and enables you to embrace the new higher vibration with joy, to get excited and to expand into this beautiful new place that you've created with your growth. I want to remind you not to be afraid of endings, because without the ending, there really can be no new beginnings. So let go of what is not working, whether it be your thoughts, your inner dialogue, or what you may be pushing against. Release the resistance and allow yourself to step in to the beautiful place of flow where God is and all of the energetic helpers are, and you will find that your life is able to move from joy to joy. And now let's hear Archangel Azrael's message for us that he calls how to end things gracefully. And he begins. Although beginnings seem to be filled with promise and endings appear to be times of sorrow, I come to you this day to help you discover the glory in all things and the reason that endings and beginnings are vital and valuable. As the angel of death, I see the sorrow and grief that loved one's passing leaves in its wake. I see the heartbreak and frustration when something or someone desired comes to an end before everyone is ready. But I also see the glorious sunrise of a new day, and I advise you to remember that while you cling desperately to that which can no longer be, to that which has served its purpose and no longer has value, you are preventing the next new experience from entering your awareness. No one and nothing is ever truly gone, for everything consists of energy, and energy can never be destroyed, merely transformed. Yet, you cling to what was as though that's all that can ever be or ever will be. You are denying your good, and that means you are preventing yourself from living a most powerful and authentic life. It's time to learn to let go gracefully, to recognize that endings are not a reason for sorrow, but an opportunity to celebrate. Every time something comes to an end, take the time you need to process. But don't hang on to what was. Let go of what's no longer working, recognizing that as soon as you open your heart to release what was, you'll be able to receive a new, more beneficial circumstance in its place. Instead of asking people, situations, and places to be more than they are ready to be, act as the ocean waves and allow your good to roll into the shores. Then, when that good is spent, lovingly release it so it may return and be renewed by the energetic ocean of unconditional love, which is God. In this way, you and all you encounter are flowing within their highest good. An ending is not a failure, nor an irretrievable loss, but it is a gateway into a place where your highest good is waiting. I, Archangel Azrael, am here to provide you both guidance and comfort as you let go of the old and learn to embrace the new. Remember, nothing can be lost to you. It can only be transformed. Let's take that energy of transformation and tuck it into our hearts and allow it to expand forward for us so that each day and every moment of that day we are growing and expanding into new truth, into new awareness, into an ability to be of greater loving service to the world. Whatever you were is wonderful. Whatever you are is wonderful. And whatever you are becoming is wonderful. But allow yourself to flow with grace. Please Don't feel obligated to hold on to that which isn't working, whether it is a job, a relationship, or just a way of thinking. Regularly commit to examining your value system and where you are in your life, and ask yourself, is this working for me? Do I still want to hold these beliefs, these relationships, or this particular job? Or am I ready to expand? And you may find that some relationships want to expand with you, and that is magnificent. Sometimes your job can grow with you and expand in new and more beautiful ways. Other times it is time for you to say, I have received the ultimate good that I can receive, and I have given the amount of good that I can give into this situation. Therefore, it is time for me to let go and to welcome in whichever new wonderful thing is going to be in my awareness. Stay in that flow. Stay in that ever wonderful glowing place of newness and delight, instead of holding yourself in a constricted pattern that is just no longer serving you. And I deeply urge every being to examine those thoughts that you are holding and entertaining on a daily basis. This is extremely important in this new age that we are ushering in. We are welcoming in the divine feminine. You must let go of all of the restrictive beliefs that you have held regarding yourself and others. Understand that the divine masculine is still working within the world in beautiful structure and support. But now we're giving birth, welcoming in the divine feminine, which is the creative, nurturing aspect. And each one of us are being asked to weave that in to a seamless new whole so that you are stronger. You're not being asked to give up one so that you can bring in the other. You're being asked to integrate them so that you can be a more beautiful and complete version of yourself. So if you are holding on to thoughts that are just not expanding with your awareness, I implore you to let them go. It's time to let go of those worn out beliefs and those worn out ways of thinking that make you believe that you are not worthy or that you are undeserving. Instead, welcome in the truth. You are perfect now. You were perfect earlier, and you will continue to be perfect. You are growing into a more complete understanding of you and your relationship with the divine. But throughout it all, you are and have always been perfect. Allow that to be your truth. Allow that to be what motivates you to do good in the world. I am so delighted that all of you are here with me in the world, and I thank you for all of the good that you have done and that you continue to do. And I invite you to let go of that which isn't working and embrace the beautiful new beginnings with the help of Archangel Azrael. So thank you everyone for being such a vital part of this community, for liking, for subscribing, for commenting, for sharing. You are what makes a difference in the world, in my world and in the world of everyone whom you interact with. So let's make a beautiful world together. As always, I invite you to join me on my website. It's Marcia Martin, the Heart Healer. Marcia spelled Marcia, or mmhearthealer.com. You're welcome to join my community on our fabulous Patreon, the Healing Hearts community, just by clicking the community tab. Or if you feel that you need to do deep work to release the trauma or the limiting beliefs that are running and ruining your life, then click on the coaching tab and make an appointment so that you can work with me individually. Whatever you decide that you need, or however you want to express your joy and your expansion, I want you to know that you are always safe and loved, and you are always welcomed onto my website, into my heart, and part of my community. So until next time, I'm sending you all my love and my deepest gratitude.